Yo, what's good, yo? It's your boy Tap, and I'm back like a quick attack. And this time, I'm a ghost type trainer. Now, I got around 2 or 3 sets, and I think around 2 or 3 teams to showcase, and we had a lot of fun as a ghost type gym leader. First things first, let's talk about what we have to think about and how we have to prepare to be a ghost type gym leader. Now, as a ghost type gym leader, our ghost type damage is super effective against psychics and ghosts. Our ghost type damage are not very effective against dark type Pokemon, and we have no effect against ghosts in Pokemon Go. That's why I stutter a lot. In Pokemon Go, it is a double resistance, but traditionally it is an immunity, so I like to think of it as an immunity. So normal type Pokemon are immune to ghost type moves, and vice versa. The Pokemon that we have that have no effect or no damage on us, not very effective against us, include normal and fighting. Pokemon that we have a single resistance against are poison and bug types. Now, the typings that are super effective against us are Ghost and Dark. Now, off rip, the first team that I'm showcasing here has Hisuian Zoroark, Corsola, and Doublade. Now, I can already understand my thought process here. We didn't have a thought process here. I just remember saying this, I think, in stream, and to myself, I was like, Zoroark or you're soft. Like, Zoroark or you're some soft trainer, right? Like, we're going to do a ghost type gym leader, we got to run Zoroark, right? Now, there were probably some things we could have done to neutralize the dark type damage, but I do feel like the bulk in Corsola just makes life a little bit easy, just in general. Now, let's take a second and think about maybe we did have some kind of thought process here. Well, we do have a glassy Pokemon in the front, and we do have a moderately glassy Pokemon in the back of Doublade, and we have a bulky Pokemon in the middle. I'm assuming our safe swap is probably going to be Doublade because I like to personally close with bulky Pokemon. Now, nuking is very enticing, and closing with your nuker is enticing, but a lot of the times you can save your 2 shields for your nuker like Charizard or Primeape, and then just get fast moved down by like a Charmer, rock type Pokemon, or like some kind of Mudslap. So basically, we just wanted to have some fun, and the first team is Hisuian Zoroark and friends. Hisuian Zoroark and friends. Maybe there slightly was some kind of thought process when I added Doublade, because it does have Sacred Sword and it can hit for super effective damage against opposing Dark type Pokemon. Well, we do use some other teams, and once I see those teams as the video progresses, we will talk about what our thought process was there. Now that we understand our advantages and disadvantages of being a ghost type gym leader, let's get into some of these battles. All right, getting into the first battle as a ghost type gym leader, and it's Hisuian Zoroark into Blaziken. Now, if it's on counter, we're in a good position, but if it's on Ember, we're never in a good position because there's really nothing that we can take. Even a resisted Aura Sphere would do a majority of our damage. The good thing about Hisuian Zoroark, if I remember correctly, is that it wins CMP against most things, so I'm able to just go straight away for the foul play. They kind of have to respect it because they are also a shadow Pokemon of the same glass variety. They send off a Blaze Kick, or Aura Sphere would be resisted, but also like I have to respect anything, so they can send whatever they want, and I just have to respect. Now, I'm just going to invest in my Zoroark because it is such a hard hitter that if I can get a farm down, I can probably get the shield back right away. Ends up being a nightmare here in that of a dark type Pokemon. I don't see a way that we can win this because it is the bulky Umbreon, and despite us having Sacred Sword on our Doublade, it's 2 ahead on energy. And one thing I've learned about Doublade from this challenge, so I'm glad that we've had this challenge. We play tested a lot of Pokemon, and Doublade is probably one of my least favorite play tests of this season. I won't lie, it's just something about everything about Doublade, the bulk, it's like the damage output, it is just so underwhelming. Anyway, we lose the first battle as a ghost type gym. Okay, now I see here we end up switching over to Sableye. Now, I don't remember this happening because I do remember being desperate to get at least a positive set with Zoroark. I thought this might have been the set, but it seems that it's not. So we switch over to Sableye, and yeah, I mean, I think that Zoroark was not the problem there. I mean, either way, though, we see a Unova Stunfisk lead, and we send off a foul play on CMP. They will get to their next Mud Bomb. Oh, they send a Discharge. They will get to the next move in a 4. So I won't be able to CMP tie them this time. I do respect the damage now, and I probably am just going to overfarm here and likely go for another CMP tie. Now, if they shield this, I could shield and fight for switch here. What do I decide to do? I let the Sableye go, and we opt for a punch down on our Annihilate. Now we switched the team entirely. Actually, we've got Annihilate here, and we've got Doublade in the mix. Pretty saucy. I like it. They're all ghost types. We are having fun. I think this video is actually going to be kind of saucy. I think we actually dance around with the teams a lot. I think Zoroark might make another appearance, and if it doesn't, I will show some more Zoroark videos. Because we got a couple wins with Zoroark. We got some saucy fire wins with Zoroark. I was thinking it was this set, but it might not have been. They come in with the Trevenant, and they no-shield our Rage Fist. And the last Pokemon ends up being a Hypno, so we get extremely lucky here because we resist the confusion damage. And unless they're on Fire Punch, everything will be neutral. Well, they could also be on Shadow Ball. They do have Thunder Punch. I think if they had Fire Punch, they would have showed it. So we will do 3, and we don't bait because we can get to the next Gyro Ball in 1. So we won't bait. We're just gonna go straight for the Gyro Ball, see if they respect it. They do respect it, and we should be able to just go right away into another one after 1, and we do. Now, Hypno is a pretty bulky Pokemon, so I don't imagine this takes it out, but it does do a substantial amount of damage, putting it in a range where 1 Shadow Claw is enough to take it out, and my opponent can seize the match. GG. Into the next battle, and it seems we continue on with this team, so I guess I assumed this was the positive Zoroark set, because I saw Zoroark in the beginning, and I knew the end was a 3-2, but it seems like we gave up on Zoroark pretty quickly. We get a Celio lead, and it's normally on Body Slam Surf, so it's going to have to settle for the Surf, because our Ghost typing makes it so that we are resistant to normal type damage. So they do go for the Surf, and it does a lot of damage. We under tap the Power Gem. We'll see if they want to respect it now. I wouldn't mind save swapping, but they do no shield there. And we decide to catch what's probably, because we were pretty low, so they're probably gonna settle for a Body Slam. If we caught a Body Slam, we're the best trainers on earth, and we are the best trainers on earth. We catch a Body Slam on our Annihilate, and I don't know what this trainer has in the back, man. I don't know what's going on, dude, because they come in with more Pico, dude, and this really, I mean, they're gonna Psychic Fangs us. Oh, they Aura Wheel. Okay, I mean, they were never gonna get to another move. We're gonna punch it into Oblivion. They still have both of their shields, so if their last Pokemon is Talonflame, we're in trouble, but instead, it is not Talonflame, and they concede the match. So getting into the next match, we completely sold, and we are still running this team. I guess we gave up on Hisui and Zoroark. I am so sorry, guys. Anyway, we do see a Talonflame lead here, and we should be able to do 7 Shadow Claws and throw a Power Gem unless they attempt to catch now. We do make the right counter swap into their save swap of Azumarill, because we should, in theory, unless they're on Hydro Pump, resist all of the charge move damage that this Pokemon can throw, which is normally Ice Beam and Play Rough. Now, if they do an entire 7 bubbles, we do have to respect the Hydro Pump with a shield. And it seems like they got to 7 bubbles there, so we do throw up a shield, and they send a Play Rough. So they would never send a Play Rough if they had the ice the Hydro Pump, I believe. So we're safe to no shield for the rest of this match. And Gyro Ball does a big chunk of damage. They're able to get to another charge move, but this should never do a lot of damage. And it is Ice Beam, so they were on the standard moveset. And as you can see, like, there's a very that was resisted damage, just a disappointing amount of bulk there. We were trying to get to the Sacred Sword because I don't think we have like a really cool save swap. We don't really want to see Talonflame on our Annihilate, so we have to like do that. So we're gonna do 2, and it'll probably keep up the foul play because they're gonna have to respect anything at this point, or they're gonna get really low. That Flame Charge makes it so that their Incinerate damage is extremely annoying. We do manage to get the shield. The last Pokemon ends up being a Marowak that they bring in. They're gonna go straight for their first Bone Club, and I'm wondering whether or not it's worth the shield. And I guess we do. We have to shield this, right? Because we have a Steel type in the back, and we're never gonna make it through the Mud Slap. We do 1 counter and we queue up a Rage Fist. Now, I don't know how well our Shadow Annihilate is going to take the following Bone Club, but the Bone Club will be coming soon. And they throw on Alignment there. We're able to sneak a counter. Now, I still think that this doesn't matter because the Bone Club should still do a substantial amount of damage. Oh, it does. We're able to get a Shadow Claw down though before a Mud Slap can be registered. And we were never going to outpace this Talonflame, and well played to my opponent. We kind of made it a little bit close, but they were always going to win that. All right, well, getting into the next battle, and we're still with the Sableye team here. I'm really disappointed in Doublade, and I guess because of just the idea of using new spicy Pokemon, I give that more of a chance than I'll give Corsola. Zoroark should have got more of a chance though. I do believe in the first set we won a couple of battles with Zoroark. I was debating adding them to the end of the video because it's like dude, we just sold, bro. We baited. I mean, we baited rather. We started off the video with Zoroark analysis, but we actually knew that we were not doing shit with the Zoroark part of my friend. We can't save swap here because we're never going to want our Annihilate to see this bird type Pokemon, this flying type Pokemon. They catch a foul play on a Corviknight, and I'm wanting to save. Okay, no. See, like, I would like to save this foul play, but when you really think about it, we're never gonna win CMP against that Toucannon. We do manage to get a shield though, right? This puts us in a really good position here because now we can just like, I think that we should sacrifice our Annihilate because we'll resist all of the charge move and even fast move pressure from that Toucannon. We're able to make it to a Rage Fist here. Now, I doubt that they don't save a shield for their Toucannon, which is traditionally a very glassy Pokemon. And just that 1 counter alone right there is really good. I do feel like we just we can maybe pretend to go for a catch or something like that, but I do think we should just come in with Doublade and Doublade rather, and we should shield this because a Beak Blast, though resisted, would do an extreme amount of damage. and they do go for the Beak Blast. Now, we can just charge up to 2 Sacred Swords. Oh, we were counting, we catch. So while we were live, we're locked in. You need to come to my live streams, bro. When we're locked in, we be cooking, bro. Like, you know. So we're gonna go to the back-to-back Sacred Swords. We're likely going to get a shield because I imagine anybody is afraid with their 2 cannon, but yeah, we do get the shield. I think that makes it so that we can safely go for the Gyro Ball here, and we do safely go for the Gyro Ball. We're able to win a match as a Ghost type gym leader in the Great League. GG's. Now I do believe, yeah, we claim a 3-2 set from right on there, and we move on to some other team builds, but I believe that we completely stay in the Great League about this. Alright, so we actually completely switch up the team this time for this particular set right now, and it ends up being Dusclops and my favorite Pokemon, Misdreavus and Delmise. So right off the back, we get a really bad lead, which is Astonish Ludicolo, which would do like a lot of work to my entire team, because Astonish is just a really good move. They do let the first Shadow Punch go, and we decide, since we're weak to Astonish anyway, we're going to save swap our Delmise, and we should in theory resist all of the, unless they're on Ice Beam, we should resist all of the damage. Weather Ball does way too much for my liking here. They come in with a Delcat, and they're a Spice Lord, bro. I really respect this opponent here. They let the Power Whip go even. They're not even afraid. They know that they're gonna get the nice little charm down there. And what do I want to do? We don't reveal our third. We don't want to show our turd, and we come in with our Dusclops, and we right away we queue up a nice punch after a couple of hexes. Now they are wanting to respect the damage now because they have a little bit of energy, and they're probably wanting to use it. So we hit the Ice Punch on CMP, we lose it, and I have no idea what Delcatty learns. Even reviewing this now, and it gets Wild Charge, and Dusclops is just grossly bulky Pokemon, and we still live that. So we get the shield, and we come in with Misdreavus. Oh my god, how was I not gonna review the Misdreavus set? This is my favorite Pokemon. Got the shiny Misdreavus on Psywave, and yeah, we're gonna get so much energy on our Misdreavus right now. They queue up a Weather Ball. I do 2 more Psywaves, and I send off a Dark Pulse. This should be enough damage to take care of this thing. Now it really all depends on what the last Pokemon is. Ends up being Emolga here. Now Emolga does have a lot of damage, and we go for the catch, dude. We go for the catch, bro, and we get a nasty catch on our Dusclops. They send off a Discharge, and we could probably overfarm a little bit before. Oh yeah, they try to go for the catch of their own. It doesn't work. It doesn't work out for them, and we're able to go straight. Oh, we go for Shadow Sneak. I guess we wanted the stab damage here. I have no idea what actually does the more raw damage. We're about to find out now. And yo, what? Yo, Misdreavus too good, baby. Are getting into the next battle as a Ghost type gym leader, and it's Dusclops into Dragonite. Now this is pretty decent for us because we're bulky enough to take, especially this is a non-shadow Dragonite. We're very bulky. We're gonna handle most of the fast move damage. Now we're both on 3-turn moves. They seem to be on Dragon Tail here, so I do need to watch out for a catch. It would have been easy if they were on Dragon Breath anyway, but they can really just count here very evenly and just make a nice catch. So we overfarm a little bit before we send Ice Punch. We are able to get a shield out of it. We queue in another Ice Punch, which should be on CMP. We're going to let this go now, unless they're on like a Hurricane or something like that, which I still don't think with one shot. We're kind of good. They settled for a superpower, and it was on CMP. And this Ice Punch was going to take them out anyway, but now they either have to give up a shield or they lose their Dragonite, and they do. They just lose their. They don't lose their Dragonite. They just give up a shield. So they're debuffed, and they're setting a debuffed move now. Whether this be Dragon Claw or superpower, it's debuffed, and they did it to themselves. They did not have to debuff. They go in. They switch out into a Tentacruel, and we've got our Psywave Misdreavus, and look at those Psywaves chunks. Now this thing does get payback this season, so I would have to respect the Scald anyway. They do send a Scald. We do one Psywave and queue up the Shadow Sneak, but we're trying our best to get better with 1-turn moves, but they are pretty difficult. Not really. They're not in theory difficult, but sometimes they can be if you're not locked in or if you have bad connection. We're able to commit to the farm down now. Misdreavus is starting to look like a real Pokemon, bro. Like, it's looking like a real Pokemon. We queue up a Shadow Sneak into the returning Dragonite. The Dragonite's back on the field. They're telling me that somebody's scared of Misdreavus back there. I'm getting hyped up. Oh my god, there is a Talonflame back there, and thank god we still have our Misdreavus alive, because if we didn't, Delmise would have no play. Shadow Sneak does so much damage. It's an incredible amount of damage now. Even we also had a Shadow Punch loaded on our Dusclops, so we were always safe. We just needed to get one move off on our Misdreavus, and then use this energy here on our Dusclops, and we win another battle with Misdreavus, by the way, as a Ghost type gym leader. Love it. Okay, getting into another battle, and it's against a legend, and it's Dusclops into a Sparrow. And yeah, we don't have to watch this. This is a tanker, and essentially, like, especially like it's an interlude season. I don't know why I did this. This is actually reverse haters, but I kind of do this like I don't give them the privilege. I don't give them the satisfaction rather of using me to tank or whatever. Like go do that somewhere else. Like I'll just beat them to the punch. Like you know what I mean. But in hindsight, just do what you want. It's an interlude season. I feel really regretful for being like elitist like that. And any kind of I'm like in future streams, I kind of just take the wins because I'm just like, yo, have fun. If you want to tank, you want to tank. I don't know why I'm like hawk blocking on tanking. Like I don't know. But yo, moving on. Are getting into the next battle, and it's Dusclops into Gashadon, and we are both bulky beasts. I mean, Gashadon is not as bulky as Dusclops, but it's bulky enough to hang. So we're on the same move timing, so we can just throw whenever we want to. We throw before they get to the water pulse, because I'm sure we would lose CMP, and they have to set up a water pulse or earth power because body slam would be double resisted because we are ghost type. Ghost resist normal type damage. They do set up the water pulse. It does a little bit of damage, and because we have a grass type in the back that we want to eventually put onto this Gastrodon, I like this play here. We get out the paint and we send off a shadow sneak out. If they let this go, I'm a little sad because I like to RPS. I really enjoy RPSing, so I would love for them to do something like, oh yeah, and they give it to me. I want them to just leave with their energy that it's never gonna go anywhere. And they come out with their Azu. We're able to get a shadow sneak off onto this Azu before they can throw a move. And Azu takes it because Azu thinks they're so tanky, but Mischievous is starting to look like a real Pokemon, bro. Like it's looking like a usable Pokemon, bro. Look at what that shadow sneak just did. We got a shield advantage and we got a lot of damage off on 2 Pokemon. Now I don't know how well Delmise works as a closer, but we're going to find out here in this match. Okay, so we were able to throw a shadow punch before they're able to throw a move, and this is going to threaten a shield if they want to keep that energy, and they do want to keep that energy. And so we're likely gonna put it all on Delmise, and let's see what she can do. So these are chunking, and they come in Gashadon, and we can just commit to a farm down here low key. Yeah, body slam is not gonna do anything. They're gonna go for another move here, and it's really not gonna do anything. Even though I don't like Delmice's ball, like those body slams hitting like debuffed air cutters or something. I don't even like that. Their last Pokemon is Talonflame, and despite what looked like a match that was going in our favor, like we were playing really well, sorta, this is going to be an L. And we undertapped the Brutal Swing because we were not gonna live another Incinerate anyway. GG's to our opponent, well played. The next match, and we were a little bit disappointed with Delmice's performance, so we take Brutal Swing off of it and we give it Shadow Ball so that we can have some kind of nuke ability. It is a glass cannon of sorts, so we should have always been on Shadow Ball. Maybe that last match perhaps was winnable if we had Shadow Ball. Anyway, we get into the next match, and the lead is Abomasnow. We both stay into the matchup. This one's on Leafage. Because we're bulky, I wouldn't be surprised if they go straight for Energy Ball just to make sure. Because with bulky Pokemon or trainers who use bulky Pokemon, they for the most part never shield the first move. So it's kind of safe sometimes to like just throw the big move at your Azus, at your Dusclops, at your Bastiodons, at your Clodsires. Just throw the big move for the most part. Don't waste your time baiting. Now, they try to make a catch on their Azu. It doesn't work out for them. We're able to bank a little bit more energy than we had before they left, and we switch into our Delmise. Now, Delmise has got to do some redemption right now because in that last match, we felt a little bit bad. We got to shield up this Ice Beam. We already know how extremely glassy this Pokemon is. We do 4 more Shadow Claws and we queue up a Power Whip. Yeah, I mean, we don't have bait moves, but again, I would never bait a full health Azu, and that's why. You see how like we think, or like how bulky trainers think? They normally are just like that. They're like, hey, listen, this is why I put this Pokemon on the team. I did not put this Pokemon on the team to use Shield. Now, we're not wanting to go down to Shield, so we do let them take us out with the Ice Beam, and now we're gonna go get a nice side wave down with our Mischievous. Now they don't allow the side wave down. They instead come in with a non-shadow type explosion, and it's on Ember. It goes and throws a Thunder Punch almost right away, and we do what should have been 4 side waves. Oh no, because it's not on Incinerate, so it doesn't matter. We do a couple of side waves. We queue up a Dark Pulse, and then we switch back into our loaded Dusclops. Now this is kind of exciting because Dusclops can withstand a couple more Embers for sure. We're definitely bulky enough. We can do 1 and queue up another Shadow Punch, and then we can do 1 and queue up another Shadow Punch as long as we watch out for a catch. Okay, now we do, and we see the Ember come through. We send the Shadow Punch. This should get rid of this Typhlosion here. And In comes Azu that was pretty low health, and it just gets farmed down. The last Pokemon, I mean, not the last Pokemon, the Obama Snow comes back in, but we saw how much Shadow Sneak does. So we're just gonna shield up this move, under tap the Shadow Sneak, and this should be a GG's. Yep, under tap the Shadow Sneak. And boom, we win another match as a Ghost type gym leader. Now that ends up being a 3-2 with Misdreavus, and I'm really happy about that because once again, Misdreavus is my favorite Pokemon. All right, we're moving on to another set as a Ghost type gym leader, and we switched the team up entirely. We now have Drifblim in the lead with Annihilate and Dusclops in the back. Now we get a fantastic lead in that of counter Annihilate, and these Astonishers are just going to shred them. I'm very confused on why this trainer is even staying in here. They do a couple of counters before they realize they need to get out the paint, and they come in with a rollout Blastoise. We are super ahead on energy, so we're able to just send a Shadow Ball now. Once we do that, I think we should just come in with our counter Annihilate, shield once, and punch right down. Should we even shield them? Honestly. And past me doesn't think we should either. I like this play actually, you know what I mean? Like we still save our shields. They come in with a Ludicolo, and it is on Astonish, which is pretty scary. I mean, we have a Ghost type team, and Astonish will do a lot of super effective damage to the remaining Pokemon as well as the Pokemon it is currently facing. Now, I do like the idea of coming in Dusclops here to get some additional energy, but we don't. Instead, we come in with Drifblim, and I guess we would live more Rage Fist on our Dusclops, so I don't mind this play. We tank some damage on our Drifblim, and then we come in with our Dusclops. And they send a Weather Ball on the Ludicolo. It doesn't do a lot of damage, and they have their Rage Fist loaded and ready to go that they bank, but we will not die to one Rage Fist. I still don't agree with this no shield, to be honest with you, in hindsight, but sometimes we are a little bit brave when we are having fun. So we continue to have fun. We're gonna do one more and queue up another Shadow Punch. Now they're gonna have to invest in their Annihilate now. They already gave up one shield. They're gonna have to give up two. I'm not sure if they're able to get the punch down, but it doesn't matter because we're able to get the switch. And we force them to throw in the timing that gives us a free Astonish, and that Astonish will knock them out. They're gonna come back in with their Ludicolo, and we're able to get to either the Icy Wind or the Shadow Ball would have knocked this Pokemon out. And we're able to get a win as a Ghost type gym leader with a new team, which I kind of like this team. All right, so getting into another battle as a Ghost type gym leader, and it's Drifblim into Typhlosion. Smart play would be, well, damn, who do we catch it on though? I wouldn't mind trying to catch a Thunder Punch regardless though of how much damage it's going to do. And we do. We decide to catch it on the bulky Dusclops. I guess that's fair, right? Because we're gonna want to save shields for our Annihilate to punch things. So we do successfully catch the Thunder Punch. They do one more Incinerate and they switch over to Blastoise. Now Blastoise is a pretty bulky Pokemon. These Shadow Punches will still add up, and we're not quite in one Hydro Cannon range. They'll need two Hydro Cannons to get rid of us. They throw their first Hydro Cannon now. We're able to send another Shadow Punch. It does a reasonable amount of damage. They are below half health, and they are going to win CMP. So Hydro Cannon is pretty fast on Blast and roll. They get their Hydro Cannon off, and so now we're probably going to commit to a punch down. This is another Hydro Cannon now, and yeah, we should just commit to the punch down. We just put up the shield. They're never going to get to another Hydro Cannon now, but they were never going to get to another anything. We do successfully get this punch down. In comes Typhlosion, and Typhlosion is one of those Pokemon similar to Primeape and Scizor, or like Charizard, Scizor, Primeape, where they're not built for fast move pressure. So trying to close with these Pokemon, it can work out for you if you're doing the proper team read, and you know that the last Pokemon will be something that they definitely beat, but it becomes extremely hard, especially low health in the end game. The last Pokemon is Cradily. I know that they get to their Grass Knot in 4. I'm wondering now if I'm able to do a counter and catch, or if I just want to let this go. I guess just getting these extra counters off is actually my best bet, honestly. Grass Knot should take us out. Would have been nice to catch it, though, honestly. But we're not so far from our Icy Wind. We're able to get to it. And we're going to take this match as a Ghost type gym leader with a team. I pretty much like this team. I like this team. I feel like I was being cheesy with Corsola earlier. This team's a little bit more creative. All right, well, getting into the final set as a Ghost type gym leader, and this time we have an entirely new team, and it's Jellicent, Corsola, and Annihilate. I guess we started to really believe in Annihilate. We pick up a pretty neutral lead in that of Dugong. We will resist the ice shard damage. The only neutral damage they can give us is drill run. We're able to reach the shadow ball before they can either drill run us or debuff us. So we're gonna send the shadow ball off. They're likely going to, or they don't respect it. Debo, this is a bulky boy, but because we have like a really good dance ability here with this team. I like this line right here. So we catch. Whoa. Okay, yeah. So we catch the drill run on our Corsola. We start to overform. The Corsola I have like a rank 28 Corsola. It's pretty good Corsola. So it should be able to withstand most of this damage. We are going to keep our shields for our Glassy Shadow Annihilate. We're gonna send the Nightshade off before they can throw another move. And likely, I think they'll give up on this Pokemon. Yeah, and they do. They give up on Dugong. So now we still have 3 Pokemon, a pretty healthy Corsola, and they come in with a poison type user with a poison type fast move against our ghost type. And if you remember, ghosts do resist poison type damage. Their last Pokemon is Rapidash, and I do remember that Rapidash learns Wild Charge. We counter swap our Jellicent into their Rapidash safe swap, but we're kind of in a good position, sort of. They have Flame Charge. They could be on Flame Charge, Wild Charge, and you know, it is a smart bait. We do 3 hexes and queue up a Surf for good timing against the Incinerate user. They do respect the damage, and we try to undertap, but we lose CMP. This is probably a Wild Charge, but this should be fine because if it is a Wild Charge, we can then get the punch down and have a lot of energy on Annihilate. They just Flame Charge again, and they shield again as well, and so we come back into our Corsola, and oh my god, this is such a bad play. That's like an incredibly bad play. Unless of course we think we need our Jellicent for something. Oh, well, I guess we don't think we need it. And yeah, we're just going to let our Jellicent go down as well. This is going to be an extremely boosted Rapidash. It's pretty much like a Shadow Rapidash at this point. A Shadow Rapidash that hasn't lost any of its bulk. You see what that Incinerate does. We're able to get a decent punch down. The last Pokemon is Tentacruel, and we resist the poison sting damage. We'll be able to get the 2 Rage Fists before they'll be able to get the 2 Skulls that are threatened to knock us out. And we win that game, despite one bad misplay. All right, getting into the next battle, it is Jellicent into Ampharos. Now, this is a horrific lead, and then we get the low power thing. Oh my god, I hate that. So we kind of maybe lost the turn there. We safe swap our Corsola, and they counter swap a Ghost type that has a Fire type fast move. So we are making a lot of progress with our fast move damage, and they are not making a lot of progress with theirs. They don't bother baiting, and they full send a Shadow Ball. And you know what? Do I ever... Okay, I do three Astonishes before I send a Nightshade, but I was wondering if I ever shield here and just get a bunch of energy. We do get a shield out of them, and so we under tap the next Nightshade. See if we get 2 shields here. We don't. And so we win switch and we get a shield about it in the process. They come back in with their Ampharos, which makes me think that obviously Corsola core breaks this team very hard. We do let our Corsola go nonetheless. We let the Brutal Swing go at least, but we are able to make it to another Nightshade before our Corsola goes down. They don't bother shielding it, and I don't like conceding them, but we get very lucky. Their last Pokemon is Fatally, and we have the Punchy Boy. We've got Shadow Annihilate here. And what do I want to do, man? Do I even bother respecting the Grass Knot? They probably Rock Tomb bait anyway. Oh, they do full send a Grass Knot. We get the shield call correct. We can just throw... We should have thrown the Rage Fist right away just to boost our counters up. We throw one more counter and we feel for Rage Fist. This is totally fine as well. As long as we get a couple of boosted Rage Fists off. I mean, counters off. And Ampharos will come back in, but... Oh, yeah. It was never going to be able to do anything for all 3 of our Pokemon, so we win another battle as Ghost-type Gym Leader in a great way. I get into the next battle as a Ghost-type Gym Leader, and it's Jellicent into Mad Cargo. This is fantastic. We can throw after 6. They throw in bad timing, gives us an extra hex. They're gonna rock too much, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. They have to get out the paint anyway. We go over 100 energy to commit to good timing, but either way, we've got back-to-back Surf. Debuffed or not, they've got to respect it. And we do one more hex and queue up another Surf. Again, they still have to respect this, debuffed or not. And they do commit. And so for this reason, since we do have, like we're ABA strong into this, I will not let them just get away with this. They must be scared of Jellicent in some form. So we safe swap our Corsola, which is a pretty safe swap because it is so bulky that even if it is a mistake, you'll still be on the field long enough to maybe play around with the timer or at least get some substantial damage off. I do decide that this trainer is exhibiting extreme fear of ghost types. They're not leaving when I bring in my Corsola, and they're not leaving when I lead with a ghost type. And now we see why. They have their own ghost type in the back that is not using any ghost type fast fast move damage. And so they were afraid of it matching up into my Jellicent. Little did they know I had a whole nother ghost type waiting back there. And then we were super ahead on energy as well. We get off another Nightshade, and we're able to just straight up snipe down with a Hex to get a head start. And all right, so they had an Ampharos back there. The shield's down. This Ampharos will get a decent head start, which is not an enjoyable experience, because Ampharos does really hit extremely hard. But because we get that much damage off, I'm sure we can just safely punch down. Or do we even have to show our third here? Doesn't even look like we have to show our third. We get a farm down. I guess they kind of just gave up. They're throwing moves, but they're not throwing any charge moves, unless they had super big nukes or something like that. Focus blast, zap cannon type stuff. But they should have already been out of moves. So they essentially just concede the match, and we win another battle as a Ghost type gym leader. All right, well, getting into the next battle as a Ghost type gym leader in the Great League on 18% battery, and it is Jellicent into Lurantis. Now, this is pretty sketchy. Lurantis does have access to Leaf Blade, and it will get to them extremely quick. So what we try to do is we try to catch a Leaf Blade, and we are successful in doing that. Of course, it's pretty bulky, so it should be able to handle this Leaf Blade, no problem. Also, we are resisting the Fury Cutter damage that they are throwing, and the other move is Superpower, so they really can't hit us for any substantial damage. They come in with a Stun Fist, and it seems like it is the Galarian Stun Fist, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they have a shiny Galarian Stun Fist at 1500 CP, which is, that's beautiful, bro. I missed the Galarian Stun Fist meta. I used to be a Galarian Stun Fist hater until I got me a rank 1, and I love my rank 1 Stun Fist. Shout outs to them throwing this rock slide or whatever, and shout outs to me clicking on Power Gem. What am I doing? Okay, so I don't know, I got refunded, but I could have saw like a tap onto Power Gem. Anyway, we switch over into Annihilate to get this nasty farm down here. They did have enough energy for the Earthquake, so we do correctly shield up the Earthquake, and we will be able to commit to a farm down with our counters here. They come in with Altaria, and they kind of have to respect the Shadow Ice Punch. So I would imagine we get a shield out of this. We don't. They gangster. So we don't get a shield out of this. We're able to get to a whole nother Rage Fist though, which that feels good. Right, so we finally are able to break wait the timer down and switch over into our Jellicent. And we're able to get both of the shields because they finally respect one of our Rage Fists. We get another shield because they're respecting our Shadow Ball, and they have Dragon Pulse. I love the bulk of Jellicent in this meta. I mean, not in this meta, in Great League. Just Jellicent in general is like up my alley in regards to bulk. We are just going to let our Jellicent go though. I kind of don't agree with this play, but it does feel like maybe perhaps we can get a farm down. We decide not important. We let the Leaf Blade go. Oh, this is even better. We have so much energy on our Corsola. We're able to get to back-to-back Nightshades, using one Nightshade to get rid of this Lurantis, and the other Nightshade to definitely get rid of this. Well, no, not a Nightshade, a Power Gem to do a lot of damage to this Altaria. This Altaria is pretty bulky, so I imagine they sort of live it, but it takes one more Astonish to get rid of that Altaria. GG's well played. We got another match as a Ghost type gym leader in the Great League. All right, so getting into another battle, and it's Jellicent into Corviknight. Yeah, I mean, so we gotta respect the payback. If they build up to it, that is. We're able to get to the Shadow Ball before they can get to it. Jellicent is extremely fast this season. Really fun to use, and I don't know if they call the bait or they just believe in their Corviknight, but either way, they let that Shadow Ball go. I call the bait though. I'm feeling like a gangster right now, and wait, actually, they threw so fast. Actually, did they throw right after I threw my Shadow Ball? They might, yeah, okay. Anyway, so they throw an Air Cutter. We no shield it, and we get to another Surf. They're pretty low, so they have to respect this Surf. And so they finally do respect the move. They also finally full send a payback, and we let it go. We're gonna save our shields for Annihilate. This is how we feel right now, and I respect that. I respect the whole save shields for Annihilate. They show us their Fairy type here, and their Corviknight is really low. It does have some energy there, so we do have to worry about the Air Cutters in the end game on our Annihilate, but we're not gonna dance here. We're not gonna switch at all. And we're going to let this Chilling Water go. They're gonna be desperate to debuff us. And I'm fine with this situation here. I just do not want those Fairy Winds to touch my Annihilate, and I'm just going to save shields for Annihilate and hope that it has some play into the back Pokemon. Now that we're going to be in this matchup for a little while, let's think about it. So we see a Steel type in the front, and we see them bring in a save swap of a Fairy type. Now it could be Steel double Fairy, but for the most part, when you see Corviknight, you can rest assured that there's a Mudboy back there like Gastrodon or something like that. Even sometimes just a ground type like Marowak. They full send a payback, and so we know that we can safely just punch this thing down. We got 2 shields in our Annihilate. We did see the Florges, which can eventually come in, and we got 2 counters head start. So depends on how much they left with, but yeah, we're able to beat them to the Chilling Water because of our 2 counter head start. They're not able to debuff us, and now we're a boosted Annihilate. What is the last Pokemon? It ends up being Dusclops, and yeah, I guess that wasn't L for my opponent. Yeah, we had 2 whole shields. We were already boosted. Yeah, we wouldn't have. GG. So yeah, we're able to claim 5-0 as a Ghost type gym leader in the Great League, and I'm pretty proud of the performance. I really forgot about using Mischievous. I was very happy to review the Mischievous battles. I do like the team choices and Pokemon choices. I feel like we got way more creative with the Ghost type challenge in regards to like just using different Ghost Pokemon or Pokemon of the typing than we did with the other challenges. I did say that I would include some Zoroark videos. I decided midway through editing this, I did end up reviewing a lot of videos that I can't use. I'm a little burnt out, so I am going to release the Zoroark videos as Ghost type shorts, my Ghost type gym leader shorts. So any like lagging battles or missing battles you'll see there. If you've enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you like, subscribe, share with your friends, Discord, Twitter, Reddit, Campfire, whatever. I am live on Twitch every day at 9:30 p.m. EST. 9:30, 10 p.m. range. So if you do want to see me do these challenges live or live, if you want to see me do this challenge live or see some of my future challenges, which are a little bit more creative and I think I'm gonna have a lot more fun with, yeah, make sure you follow me on Twitch. I'm the same on all social media platforms. TapuSeker on Twitch, Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube. Yeah. So once again, yo, it's your boy Tap, man. I appreciate y'all hanging out, yo. Peace.